What's up, guys? Welcome back to Daniel Talks Football right here on YouTube. I'm Daniel and we're back with another video. In this video we're going to be grading every Premier League club's transfer window. I have all 20 Premier League clubs in front of me and I'm going to be sitting down and grading their transfer window. I do have a little bit of a cold, so if I'm snuffling or anything, please forgive me. Before we do into the video, please make sure to like the video, comment down below and subscribe to the channel. That was very quick, we'll go with it. Make sure to follow the TikTok and the Instagram Daniel Talks Football on both. Before we do get into the video, I just want to say this is the first of a two-part series. The second part of this series will be out on Wednesday, so make sure you subscribe and turn that notification bell on for when part 2 of this series does drop. Right, we'll get into it with Arsenal, who have had a very, very good transfer window. They signed Declan Rice from West Ham for obviously 105 million before Kai Havertz and Jurrien Timber followed. And also brought in David Raya on an initial loan deal from Brentford. Outgoings wise, obviously Balogun left on a permanent deal to go to Monaco. Granit Xhaka left to go to Bayer Leverkusen, which is some invaluable experience, and they won't be able to replace that. Matt Turner left to go to Nottingham Forest. Trusty to Sheffield United. Mari to Monza. Tierney, Tavares, and Marquinhos also left on loans. Holding went to Crystal Palace, and Maitland-Niles left on a free transfer to go to Lyon. I think this is a good window. Declan Rice obviously brings this up a couple of notches because he is such an excellent signing. Kai Havertz, yeah. But I think Jurrien Timber offers some very good rotation options around that back four, so being able to play at centre back and that right back position, where that right back does slot into the back three as happens at Man City, as a starting happening at my club Leicester City actually. I think there's some good signings in there. Ray, I think, will cause competition in that goalkeeping position. I think competition is only ever a good thing. Obviously, that's how Ramsdale did come through, so I'm not surprised to see Arteta do that again. I like this window. I think it's a good window. They did lose Jack and they haven't really replaced that experience. That's the only thing. These are some fairly youngish players, 24, 25. They haven't got any sort of 30-year-olds back in to replace the ones that they've let go of. But I think, this is a young squad, so maybe that could possibly help them. Just continue to go with that young feel. I think it's a good window. I'll give this one an A-. I think, yeah. Moving on to Aston Villa, and Aston Villa are another club who've had a very, very good window. They brought in Moussa Diaby as their star signing from Bayer Leverkusen for 50 million before Pau Torres came in from Villarreal for 30. Zaniolo and Longley both came in on loan transfers. Zaniolo with a buy option, and Yuri Tielemans came in on a free transfer out of the club. They sold Cameron Archer to Sheffield United for big money. I think it was 18-19 million in the end. Philogene left to go to Hull City. Nakamba to Luton. Davis to Udinese. Ashley Young to Everton, and Wesley also went to Stoke. I think this is a good window. I think this is a really good window from Villa. Diaby, top signing. Diaby's gonna do well in this league, and that's a top signing. Pau Torres also another top signing. There were reasons why the top clubs, people like Man City, Barcelona, were looking at this signing, and for 30-odd million, excellent deal. Zaniolo, I'm not so convinced on. I think there is a player in there, but I don't know if Emery's going to be able to bring that out of him. But even still, considering it's only on a loan deal, you can maybe kind of get away with that, so I'm not going to slaughter that too much. Yuri Tielemans, free transfer from Leicester. Yes, he had a couple of poor years, but there is still a player in there. Longley on a loan deal. Again, it's a loan deal. There's not really much harm in it. Getting rid of Archer for such a high fee, I think, is good business. People like Nakamba, Davis, Young, Wesley, all off the wage bill. Again, that can only be good things. And yeah, I think there's buyback clauses on Philogene. And maybe there's one on Archer as well. So, yeah, I think this is a really, really good window. I'm going to give this one an A from Villa. I think it's one of the best windows, to be fair. Moving on to Bournemouth, and again, you've got another good window. I promise I'm not going to be positive about all these transfer windows, but again, I think this is a really, really good window. Brought in Tyler Adams from Leeds, Hamad Traore from Sassuolo, Alex Scott signed from Bristol for 20-odd million, which is an excellent signing. Kirkes from AZ Alkmaar, who's again, a very, very good left back. Favourite, Cliver, Aarons, Radu joined on a loan, and Sinistera also joined on a loan. Out of the club, Ben Pearson, is it Ben Pearson? I think it's Ben Pearson, left the club to Stoke on for 1.5 million. Zamora, Stacey and Lerma all left on free transfers. Lerma will be a big miss. Sakiri Dembele left to go to Birmingham. Jadon Anthony left to go to Leeds on a loan transfer with, Sinistera going the other way. Travers, there's a couple of loan transfers out, but I think this is a good window. Obviously, Favourite did go back to Lorient on that season-long loan, so he will not be there for this season. However, that's one where, it's a signing for the future. I think this is a good window. I think Adams is an excellent signing. There was a reason why he was supposed to be going to Chelsea. Alex Scott, top player. I'm going to give this one a... Is this an A+? For Bournemouth, what more could Bournemouth do? I don't know. I really, really don't know what more Bournemouth could have done. Yeah? Yeah? I'm gonna give this an A plus. I'm gonna give this an A plus. Screw it. Moving on to Brentford, because Bournemouth. Yeah, A plus. Screw it. I don't care. A plus. Moving on to Brentford now. They've put in Nathan Collins for €26.85 million. Kevin Schade joined from Freiburg after his initial loan spell last season, with Flecken also joining the club from Freiburg. Morpie also joined on a loan deal from Everton. Out of the club, Bidstrup left to Salzburg. Obviously, Raya is a massive loss. Janssen left to Malmo. Beck Sorensen left to Midtjylland. But I think it's a decent window. My only worry is that they haven't brought in a big striker. Molpai isn't going to be enough to lead that line for ages and ages and ages. He's not a good striker. We've seen that at Everton, and he's coming back to Brentford where he did do well initially, but he's just not a good striker. I don't think this is a great window. I do think, the signings of Collins, Schade, Flecken are good, but I think they needed to do more business than what they've done. I'm going to give this one a B-. I think, they haven't lost any big... Well, they've lost Raya, but they've replaced him with Flecken. Yeah, I give this one a B-. Moving on to Brighton now. Brighton have had a interesting window, it is fair to say. So, João Pedro has signed for the club from Watford for 34 million. Baleba signed from Lille for 20, 25, 30 million. Verbruggen signed from Anderlecht, who I think is a really, really good keeper. And I really like him, and I think he will do well. Igor signed from Fiorentina for 17. They had Mazilu signed from FCV Farrell for 3 million, so he'll be worth 150 million in 2 years' time. Milner signed on a free transfer from Liverpool. Dahoud signed on a free transfer from Dortmund, and last but not least, Ansu Fati. He signed on a loan. What's that? Wow. Outgoings to Brighton. Obviously, this is a massive part of Brighton's window. Caicedo left to go to Chelsea for that massive fee. McAllister left to go to Liverpool. Sanchez to Chelsea. They are the 3 big departures. They got very good money for the departures. I think Sanchez wasn't a starting keeper from last year. We have to remember this. McAllister and Caicedo, yes, they're 2 big midfield losses, but they've brought in 3 players to replace them in the form of Milner, Dahoud, and Baleba. I think this is a good window from Brighton. I'm going to give this one a solid B. If Fati hadn't have come in, I think I probably would have given this a B-. But I think simply just the ambition that's shown by that Ansu Fati signing is so excellent. So yeah, I will give this one a B. Next up, and we have Burnley. They've done so much. Amdouni came in from Basel for 18 million. Trafford from the Man City under-21s also came in after his excellent Euros performance. Aaron Ramsey came in from Aston Villa. Bayer from Mönchengladbach. Sander Berge came in from promotion rivals Sheffield United, which is a big signing. Odobert came in from Troy. Darach O'Shea came in from West Brom. Obafemi came in from Swansea. Delacroix came in from Anderlecht. Colli Osho came in from Espanyol. Redmond came in from Besiktas. Vigoraux came in from Leyton Orient. Masengo came in from Bristol. I like that signing. And then we also had Trezor and Brun Larsen both coming in on loan deals. Out of the club, they sold Thomas to Coventry. Weghorst went on a loan. Ashley Barnes left on a free transfer. I'm really finding this hard to judge because I don't know, man. I'll probably say I know about 50 players, 50% of the players they've brought in. I don't know who Amdouni is. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know who Vigoraux is, or Tressor, or Delacroix, or Colliosho. So I'm gonna give this one a C. I don't think there's much Premier League quality in there. Premier League proven players. You have Nathan Redmond, maybe. Sander Berge, maybe. But still, I don't think it's the best window in the world from Burnley. I will give this one a C. Yeah, I think they'll do well in the league, and I think some of those players will turn out to be really, really good. However, even still. Right, moving on to Chelsea, and this is going to take a while. Moises Caicedo came in from Brighton. Lavia came in from Southampton for 60 million. And Nkunku came in from Leipzig, which a lot of people have forgotten about because of his injury, but that is a top signing. Cole Palmer came in from Man City for 45 million. Again, excellent signing. Disasi came in from Monaco. Nicholas Jackson came in from Villarreal. Ugot Chukwu came in from Stade Rennais. Sanchez came in from Brighton. David Washington came in from Santos. Petrovic came in from New England. Angelo came in from Santos, and then David Moreira came in from Benfica B. You also had obviously people like Cole and Maddison finally come up to the first league. Outgoings: Kai Havertz joined Arsenal, Mount joined Manchester United, Kovacic joined Manchester City, Koulibaly joined Al Hilal, Christian Pulisic joined AC Milan, Mendy joined Al Ahly, Loftus-Cheek also joined AC Milan, Ampadu joined Leeds, Lukaku joined Roma on a loan deal, Hudson-Odoi joined Forest, Moreira got loaned to Lyon, Kepa got loaned to Real Madrid, Azpilicueta, Aubameyang, Kante, Baba and Bakayoko all left on free transfers. And I'm going to be honest, I can't be asked to go through the loans. Somebody like Lewis Hall's obviously left on that loan deal with, who and will most likely be departing. People like Santos and Ziyech and Fofana all also leaving on loans. Angelo as well. Big window. It's difficult to judge this because they've spent a lot of money and they've gambled with their future. They've spent all this money now, yet they will not be able to spend heavily in the future. So these players do need to come off. I think there are some good signings in here. I think the signings of Caicedo and Nkunku, Palmer, excellent deals, but it's the money spent. It's the fact that I don't know if all these players will gel under Pochettino. Obviously, Pochettino did come in, so I've maybe got to incorporate that into my thinking as well. It's so difficult because last year, you had some people giving, Chelsea, an A+ on this because of the sheer number of players and sheer number of quality of players they brought in. It's some people giving them like C's, D's because, these players weren't gelling. They didn't. I think there are some good signings in there. I think all the players could turn out to be good. I don't like what they've done with the goalkeeper position. I think it's Sanchez and Petrovic. Petrovic is on an 8-year deal. He shouldn't be there for 8 years. He should be there for maybe 2. So give him maybe a 3-4 year deal. I don't think the club's being run quite right. So I'm gonna give this one. A C+. Yeah, we'll go with C+. Right, moving on to Crystal Palace now, and they've had quite a small window. Matthias Frankert joined from Flamengo, Dean Henderson joined from Manchester United, Rob Holding joined from Arsenal, obviously Jefferson Lerma joined on a free transfer from Bournemouth. Out of the club, Milivojevic, Butland, Zaha, Greater, all left on our free transfers, and James MacArthur retired. Have they replaced Wilfried Zaha? Probably not. I think the signing of Franca is ambitious and it shows a lot, and I think that's a really good signing. I think Anderson, they needed a strong new goalkeeper, and I think he is that. Rob Holding offers a bit of experience in that back line, and there's no harm in bringing something like that in, and Jefferson Lerma is a good midfielder. This is just a solid C window. They've brought in 4 players. That's not a massive transfer window, especially if you're looking at some of the ones that have come before them. But, some of the businesses are right. So, I'll give this one a C. I get they lost Zaha and a free, but they managed to keep hold of both Elise and Eze, and that is a massive plus. Moving on to Everton now. Beto joined on a big deal from Udinese for around €25 million. Chamiti joined from Sporting as well. Danjuma joined on that final loan fee after... we all know what happened last January. Ashley Young joined on a free transfer, and Jack Harrison also joined on a loan transfer. Moving out of the club, Moise Keane finally permanently left the club to go to Juventus. Alex Iwobi left the club on deadline day to go to Fulham. Tom Callan joined Leicester City on deadline day. Ellis Sims went to Coventry, and Nkunku went to St Etienne. Tom Davies, Mina and Begovic all left on free transfers. Again, this is screaming C to me. They haven't brought in a proven striker. Danjuma can score goals. We don't know what he's going to be like after last season at Spurs. Chamiti and Beto are both unproven players, and they're gambles. Ashley Young is a proven player, obviously, and will offer some much-needed experience. And Jack Howson is a decent signing. They haven't let go of anybody massively, which is definitely a plus. They didn't end up losing a Amadou Onana or anybody like that, but Alex Iwobi will be a massive loss, I think, and I think he has been good for that side for a while now. I think this is another C. I don't want to just keep giving C's, but I do think this is just another C. Yeah. Moving on to the club that Alex Iwobi went to now, actually, it's Fulham. Obviously, a signing they made was Alex Iwobi, who joined from Everton for 25 million. Calvin Bassey joined from Ajax, which is a signing I really, really like. Timothy Castagne was another player who came from Leicester City for 30 minutes. Obviously, Calvin Bassey being in the Leicester Academy many, many moons back. Jimenez joined from Wolves to be their Mitrovic replacement. Bender joined from Swansea. Adama Traore joined from Wolves on a free transfer, and then Balo Torre also joined on a loan transfer. Out of the club, obviously, they lost Alexander Mitrovic for 52 million. Duffy, Cavallero, Sessegnon, Cabano, Brian, Gazaniga, and Knockout all left on free transfers. And is there something I'm missing? No, obviously, they managed to keep Polini on deadline day, which is a massive, fair play to them for being able to keep hold of him, because that would have downgraded this transfer window massively. I think it's a decent window, though, to be honest. I like the signing of Bassey. I like the signing of Castagne. I think there'll be two players that will do quite well for them. Iwobi's a top player, and Will has been able to reform himself into a central midfielder, and I think he'll do well in that position for this Fulham side. I'm not sure about Jimenez replacing Mitrovic. That's the only thing I'm a little bit unsure about, but Marco Silva has definitely been able to earn the trust of this Fulham side now. So yeah, I'll give this one. An E. No, absolutely not. Give this one a C plus. Yeah, I'll give this one a C plus. And there we go. That is the end of part 1 of the 2-part series of rating all clubs' transfers. We'll come back next time to rate teams like Liverpool and more. This video will be out on Wednesday, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel. And yeah, I'll catch you all again then. See ya!